Alright, so this week in Ireland has actually been a very busy one. What's the crack? Welcome back, my friends. If you're new around here, my name is Adam Redmond and this is This Week in Ireland episode 63. So if you are new around here, you've missed the previous 62 episodes of This Week in Ireland. But although that is not the only thing we do on the channel, so if you want to go back and have a little scroll past some of the other videos and see what you fancy, see if you want to watch something, that'd be fantastic. If you're not new around here, do me a massive favour, as you usually do. Leave a like in the video, leave a comment down below, because the engagement and support always helps the channel. And again, as per usual, feel free to share with a friend. Now, before I tell you about another massive drugs bust in Ireland for the second week on the bounce, I've a handful of other stuff I want to tell you about first. Man who stole Prosecco and Burberry bag tracked down after leaving mobile phone in one of stolen bags in Cork. Now, it's been a common thing on this channel where we've often slagged Americans and we've kind of laughed at their stupidity, but this takes the cake. This chap down in Cork broke into two houses next door from each other. First house, he robbed a Burberry bag. Next house, he robbed 2 bottles of Prosecco. I don't know, maybe he's a little bit of an alcoholic. He fancied the Prosecco more, so he dumped the Burberry bag in a local wooded area. And the only reason that he got caught is because the absolute numpty left his own mobile phone in the bag when he dumped it. Like, how stupid can you possibly be? What did he rob? A Burberry bag, and he tried it on, threw his phone, and then was like, actually, this doesn't suit me. It's not my kind of style. I like stuff a little bit more dirty and a little bit more on the cheap side, and now fuck it, I'll just fling this into the woods and leave my phone in it. Like, numpty of the week confirmed. Sticking with the topic of robberies, let me read you this. Lad in face mask legs after daylight robbery at Ballymena jewellery store in Adairs, which is in County Antrim. So as you can see in the picture here, here's a chap wearing a face mask running with like a tray of jewellery that he stroked straight out of the jewellery shop, and all I can say is, although he's a thief and he's breaking the law, at least he is looking out for the safety of all of the workers. Good man. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised this hasn't happened more often with less security in places, or the guards are kind of occupied with other stuff and people are allowed to wear face masks and cover their, like, pretty much cover their face, cover their eyes, and any other recognisable part of their facial features can be covered up. I'm surprised there hasn't been more robberies, or more robberies reported, as I should say. Anyways, there was apparently 2 lads involved. One lad got caught, he's an 18-year-old. The other fella is still out on the loose. Maybe that's the chap that went and robbed them gaffs down in Cork. Very unlikely, but you never know. To be honest, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. Like, he robbed a jewellery shop. He's hardly going to give it to his dad for Father's Day. He can't sell it on Facebook Marketplace. What do you do with it? Like, jewellery, hot jewellery is fairly traceable. I understand robbing banks and large sums of cash, because you can use cash to buy anything you want. But robbing jewellery, it just, I don't know, it just seems fairly traceable and a little bit stupid. Elderly couple make narrow escape after car tumbles over rocks at busy Galway coast. So here are some of the pictures here from down in Blackrock in Galway, where I'm pretty sure the elderly couple were trying to turn the car when the back wheels obviously went onto the rocks, and it bounced down the rocks down towards the beach. At their age, you could pretty much say they were on a highway to hell. But all jokes aside, nobody was injured. If this was a very sunny day, there could have been people sitting on the beach that might have got, you know, squashed. Also, luckily the tide was not in. I think it was an hour after high tide, which we would have went into water, which turns out they didn't. No serious injuries, everybody's okay. But something that kind of annoyed me a little bit is, if you look at the picture, I'm going to pull it up for me as well. If you look at the picture, how many people are standing watching? If that is not your family member in the car and you can't help in any way whatsoever, well then fuck off and don't add to the stress of the situation. False widow spider spreading in Ireland has similar venom to deadly black widow. Now, for the spider lovers that watch these videos, you won't like this. Anyways, here is a picture of, what is it called? The false widow spider. There's the picture there. And apparently someone got bit by one of these last year and was hospitalised for 6 days. They can kill some people, as far as I know. If you, like, similar to COVID, if you have some like underlying health conditions and you get bit by these spiders, they can be pretty deadly. But anyways, they're disgusting little things. They're also not native to Ireland. They came to Ireland about 20 years ago on exotic fruit or veg or something like that. So yeah, if you do see them in your gaff, just go splat. Well, although I probably shouldn't say that, because nature is probably watching and say, you can't say that, stop killing spiders. But if this thing is venomous and can kill you if he bites you, I'd have no hesitation to dropping a shoe on him. So yeah, it's not really big news. They've been around for like 20 years. Apparently there's a surge in the population of these spiders now. So all I'm saying is just make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Now, for anyone that's maybe scared of spiders and you didn't like the last thing, all I want to say is we have good news. 29th of June, we have pretty much all social activities back. We we have the pubs, we have barbers. I know that's not social activity. We have cinemas back open. We have contact sport back open as well. We have gyms, we've loads of stuff. Everywhere is coming back open. And that's only a week and a half, I think, from like the time I'm recording. So yeah, absolutely delightful. You'll have gyms back. You'll be able to get hench. Even insane that I'm thinking about opening up a gym membership. Getting a gym membership. Fun story, personal story. Back in November, I got given a free 3-month membership for Mind Over Matter in the Coolock Industrial Estate for anyone that's local. Like a week later after like getting that membership, I done a ligament on the inside of my knee. I don't know whether it's anterior, interior, whatever it's called, but I done a ligament. Put me out of action for like 4 months. I haven't playing football, by the way. And then as soon as I healed back from that, I went over, I explained it to them. They said, yeah, listen, we'll renew your 3 months from now or whatever if you want to get into a bit of training. Get hench. And then of course, a week later after that, after not even getting to go, lockdown happened. The gym closed because of COVID. And now here I am, like more than 3 months later, and I don't know if I'd be a cheeky bastard if I pop over and explain the situation to them and see if they renew it for the 3rd time and see if I can actually go and build some muscles. Pubs and all are open. You'll all have your delicious pints, although you're only allowed to the pub for 90 minutes or something like that, which everyone's giving out about. To me, if I go to Coolock Village, there's the Cock and Bull, there's Coils and Parnells, so that's 4.5 hours of drinking if you go from pub to pub. To me, that seems alright. So you'll have less time just spending in the one pub and you'll have more pub crawls, which to me is more crack anyways. But while I'm talking about like a local gym, something else that's local to me is St.Annes Park. A lot of people in Dublin will have heard of it or will know about it. And anyways, there was this beautiful tree in St.Annes. It was sculpted like a couple of years ago. The tree is 200 years old and someone cut it up and all. Actually, is that bad and even doing that, cutting the tree up to make it look nice? Maybe it is, but the tree is like, it's a beauty. It's a beauty of a thing. God knows how long it took the chap to carve it. And just last night, some little bollocks set the thing on fire. Anyways, here's the picture here. The damage of it is, it's bad, but it's not as bad as you would expect if a tree is on fire. It has a black streak down the side of it. Does it also, I don't know, does it add to it? Quite possibly, but yeah, there's outrage in the local community over some little prick that set the thing on fire. The chances of the little bastard that actually set it on fire, probably watching this video being sent by their mates, is quite high. So, from the bottom of my heart, you're an absolute scrote. My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt the video. It's just I have something else to say and I've nowhere to really fit it, so I'm going to add it at the end of the video. So after I do the usual, thanks for watching, see you later, goodbye. That is not the end. There's going to be another 15 seconds or so. Revenue C is €5.5 million worth of cannabis among a load of melons and oranges at Rosslare port. For those of you that watched last week's video will remember I mentioned that we had like the largest ever drug seizure within Ireland, or maybe just Northern Ireland, where 13 million worth of cannabis was seized from the back of a truck. And then just a couple of days ago, as you can see, 5.5 million worth of weed was seized in Rosslare port. It was disguised in a container with melons and oranges, although neither of them smell the same way as weed. Anyways, the container came in from Bilbao in Spain, and when things like this happen and there's not much arrest made, it always confuses me because the container is coming from somewhere and going to somewhere in specific. But to get me, it's going somewhere. Someone is there to collect the container. It's being delivered to somewhere. So surely they can arrest the person that was due to receive the container, although they can pretend, oh, I didn't know what was in it, I just ordered melons and oranges and they randomly put that in it. But come on now, it should be fairly easy to arrest people. But then again, alternatively, a lot of people won't like me saying this, Ireland could follow in the footsteps of a lot of other places throughout the world and just make cannabis legal, I suppose. Now, last thing of the day, it's not really an upbeat story that's going to put a smile on your face. We've all heard of Garda Horkan that got shot by some hairy cunt, allegedly shot by some hairy cunt that's now in custody. Everywhere you look, people are talking about it because it's a Gardai that was shot while on duty. Doesn't matter whether it's on duty or off duty, if you get me, but he was shot. And anyways, he had a massive funeral and there was a book of condolence. I'm pretty sure in every Garda station in Ireland. I may be wrong in that, but some dragged up scrow, you're probably watching this, but you're a dragged up scrow, wrote rat in the book of condolences because he's a big hard man, I suppose. When I first seen someone was arrested for writing rat in the book of condolence, I was like, this has to be like some 14-year-old that's acting the hard man or whatever. And then I seen it's a 23-year-old and I was like, surely you have a bit more cop on. And to make it worse, he took a picture of it and posted it on social media with emojis, like laughing emojis. It's probably how we got caught, which shows the level of intelligence of the man. And yeah, whatever you think about guards, I know a lot of people throughout Ireland hate the Gardai, but when someone dies, whether it's a guard or not, and you're like being disrespectful, and his family are gonna see about this, his children, not sure if he has children, but his missus, just bang out of order. Obviously, the person that done it, you are an absolute scrote. You are obviously dragged up and you have no morals, no empathy, no nothing in you. It's kind of disgusting. Just like on a human level, it's just not nice, is it? And now, my friends, that's gonna be all from today. I understand I may have ended the video on a sad note, but I just feel like I wanted to say something. I've kind of built this channel on giving my opinions on stuff that's slightly controversial, and I just openly wanted to say that the chap that done this, even though you're probably watching this video, you're a scumbag. So yeah, that's gonna be all from today. If you have enjoyed the video for the most part, do me a favour, leave a like, and also hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Leave a comment down below, because any sort of engagement really does help the channel. I'm gonna do a Q&A at the time this video is posted over on Instagram, so go to @AdamRedmond. You'll find me very easy and ask me a question in my stories. And that's gonna be all from today. See you next Tuesday, 6:45 PM, the usual time that I upload a video on every single Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Goodbye. First of all, gracias for sticking around and still being here at the end of the video. What I wanted to say is I am getting ready to dive headfirst into Twitch. Those of you on Instagram will already know this, but I'm currently dealing with stuff with a terrible Irish company that sold me a broken PC, but I'm dealing with that. But anyways, with me getting ready to start streaming on Twitch, I've been watching some other people. I got put onto this chapter today. His name is KK the Burger. He is currently live right now, and I ask for you, when you finish his video, to go and watch his stream. Even go in, just say hello and tell him to help me become better at Warzone. His name is Kieran, by the way. Thanks in advance. I'm probably gonna do this every week from now on. I'm gonna try and put all of you, like the couple of thousand people that are watching this right now, I'm gonna try and put all of yous onto a smaller creator, because we can help change some people's days. Thanks. See you later. Hey, good girl. Yeah.
Make sure you keep moving.
Oh, take your time. Yay! Well done.